People's Radio United.
Yeah, the Nazis and the government and the other governments and corporations, they're keeping us fucking busy these days.
Yeah, they are. We have, two things we're talking about today as we go along. Jerusalem with Trump, and Bears Ears also with Trump trying to take that away from Native people. And of course, Jerusalem rightfully should be Palestinians. So it's a lot of correlations with this stuff. And when I say this stuff, colonizing means and colonizers. So I just came across an article saying that Trump's decision with Jerusalem is actually bringing the different parties in Israel together, which is very, very terrifying. And the whole Nazi Trump thing that people have been trying to hammer together since he started running, and some of that is fair, but you can add this to the list of things that are comparable with Nazi Germany and Trump, because whether by force or by cunning political skill, if you can get all the political parties in a certain country together, when you're that messed up as a human being and doing this many horrible things, including in that country, you can really do some damage. And there's already been, I think it was a death yesterday with all this fighting in Jerusalem and Israel. Scary stuff.
It will be interesting to see what happens after Friday prayers today. It should be starting to hit the news any time if it hasn't started already. But, Nolan, as far as the unification of political parties in Israel to support this idiotic Jerusalem decision, isn't that just really mirroring the United States? I mean, the Republicans and the Democrats are only concerned with the same goddamn thing, enriching the corporate state and criminalizing the rest of it. So isn't it just same shit, different channel?
Pretty much. And again, colonizing, colonizers. That's certainly the theme song.
What was that?
Colonizers across the globe. I know, I'm kidding. It was nice timing with the music there. But yeah, I think one thing when people look at global politics and the world today is most of the world is colonized and colonized by Western powers. And I could speak for my own people. Look at Africa. You have our organs are being harvested in Nigeria. Our bodies are being sold in slavery in Libya. And obviously you have these two continents that we live on here in North and South America, stolen continents. Australia, stolen continent. So this is what we are dealing with. And that's a reality that we have to admit that is a reality, and that's a reality we have to face.
You know what else this is, though? This is Trump catering and pandering to his main base. You have the religious right, because they believe that when all this stuff happens and Jerusalem's the capital and all this, then their religion can move forward. The end of the world could happen, and they can all ascend to heaven happily and watch the rest of us burn in hell. What?
Tim, I'm really glad you brought that up, because that is something like people need to understand about the religious right. The religious right are psychopaths who literally want the end of the world. They want this Armageddon, nuclear warfare, people dying, like mass death. They want this because they believe that after that happens, their Messiah will come along and take them to some place where naked babies with wings are going to serenade them. And fucking, you can't make this shit up. This is what these people want. They want wholesale war and destruction. They are psychopaths. The Christian right, or the right-wing Christians, are psychopaths.
No, anybody who believes in the dominionist bullshit, yeah, you're pretty much labeled. And, you know, I think the most dangerous thing about dominionists and other extreme Christian dogmatic sects is that you can't change their minds. Period. This is how they're going to stay. It's what they're going to support. It's what they're going to push for. And yeah, I agree. It's a very troubling symbolism of declaring, I mean, even this fact, I mean, you have a president of the United States declaring what the capital of another country is.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me? How the fuck does this work? It just, I mean, talk about imperialism. That's like when Hitler marched into Austria and him declaring who the government was and where the capital's going to be and how things are. It's the same damn thing.